It's being described as the worst ever hack on the U.S. government, and it's still not over. For at least 9 months, hackers have carried out an extremely sophisticated and highly complex series of cyber attacks, of which the scope is only now beginning to be known. Using software made by the IT company SolarWinds, hackers were able to spy on its customers, such as Microsoft. The computer giant said it had detected the malware in its systems.
It's certain that the number and location of victims will keep growing. This is not espionage as usual, even in a digital age.
The hack has spread beyond the U.S., affecting organizations in Canada, Mexico, Belgium, Spain, the UK, Israel, and the UAE. But Washington is dealing with the worst fallout after discovering the U.S. Treasury and Commerce departments were among those agencies targeted, as well as the Department of Energy, which is responsible for America's nuclear arsenal. Congress gathered behind closed doors on Friday for a briefing on the situation.
Cybersecurity experts don't have a real sense yet in terms of the breadth of the intrusion itself. There are as many as 18,000 individual entities, both private and government, that have been compromised here and that had the defective software.
Democrats have blasted the Trump administration's lack of response in addressing the crisis. Many are blaming Russia for the attack, an accusation the Russian government has dismissed.
Before I get started, Salakia. Before I get started, I want to say all praises due to the Most High Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Vakahak Wadash. Double honors to the apostles at Great Millstone and the brothers out there that rule well, pushing this truth out with sincerity. To the hopeful elect scattered abroad, Tabernacle of King David, four corners of the earth. Greetings, shalom to the brothers and sisters. Shalom, right? So, I was watching the lesson tonight, right? I was watching the lesson, and so the brother Amawad Abar was bringing out about how he was breaking down Matthew 24, 2nd Esdras 16, and and Revelation 11. And he was tying it in what he thought was going to happen according to the scriptures, and how they was going to do it was going to be the earthquake, right? Let's start off with this one. We're going to go to 2nd Esdras chapter 2 and 16. Woe is me, who will deliver me in those days? This is Esdras. You know what I mean? He's back telling us about, woe is me. So here you go, 18. The beginning of the sorrows and the great mournings, and the beginning of the famines and the great death, the beginning of the wars, and the power shall stand in fear. The beginning of the evils, what shall I do when these evils shall come? Behold, famine, plague, tribulation, and anguish are sent as scourges for amendment, right? I looked up the word amendment, you know what I mean? So it's for correction, pretty much for correction, right? So where we at? So you get to this article. You heard the first report, right? So I seen this article. I watched Amawad Abar's show. Then I seen this article. I was like, dang, this tie into his article, right? Hack networks will be burnt down to the ground, right? So I saw then I saw the thing from France 24. I said I gotta do that's the spirit talking to me right there, right? So let's read a little bit of this article, right? It says it's going to take months for the elite hackers, widely believed to be Russian, out of the U.S. government. Salakia, let's start over. It's going to take months to kick elite hackers widely believed to be Russian out of the U.S. government networks. They will be quietly rifling through. They have been quietly rifling through since March, right? Washington, worst cyber espionage failure on record, right? So, you know, so this where it gets good. They say the things, where's that? Nah, not that part. We're going to go down. I don't want to read all of it because it's a nice little long article. We have a serious problem. We don't know what networks they are in, how deep they are, what access they have, what tools they left, right? So where's it at? This is it. It's not clear exactly what the hackers were seeking, but experts say it could include nuclear secrets, blueprints for advanced weaponry, and information for dossiers on key government and industrial leaders. That was the part right there that did it for me. I was like, this part right here. This part right here. That was the part that did it for me. I said, wow. So he was just talking about they gonna use, so now it might be some hackers that's basically saying the hackers could have got into the nuclear secrets and blueprints for the advanced weaponry, right? Let's read on, right? Come on, let's get out of there. Let's keep going. Many federal workers other than the private sector in the private sector, it got better points in here though. Will now have to presume that unclassified networks are teeming with spies. Agencies will often have to conduct sensitive government businesses on Signal, WhatsApp, and other encrypted smartphone apps, right? When is it at? They calling it the cleanup phase, right? We should buckle up, for this is a long ride, said Dmitry Alperovich, co-founder and former chief technical officer of the leading cybersecurity, and CrowdStrike cleanup is just phase one, right? Look at this part though. Look at this part. Look at this part. The only way to be sure a network is cleaned is to burn it down to the ground and rebuild it up, said Snyder. Right? So now this goes just directly in what the brother said. He said he's seen it where he think it's going to be some kind of missile let off in the ground to cause an earthquake. You know what I mean? And then the missiles is going to start but I was like, wow. So it's one more point in here too though. Let me read this, talking about imagine a computer network as a mansion you inhabit and a certain serial killer has been there. You don't know if he's gone. Right? Okay, let's keep going. It was one more part in there. I want to get to it. Let me see. He would not provide details. They working on it every day. They not willing to share the full breach of the identities of the victims. There was one more part. Hacking company. It's the campaign so extraordinary. 18,000 organizations were infected. And then they got into the solar project too. They got into the, where's that at? Only those infected were activated to allow hackers inside. 40 government agencies. Yeah, here it go. They got into the solar winds. Where's that? It goes 18,000 organizations were infected from March to June on Popular Networks management software from Austin, Texas. The company called SolarWinds. So they got into the solar department. Fallen victim to SolarWinds hack officials, Associated Press. Hackers apparently infiltrated the state's healthcare agency and others. Keep going. I just thought that it was real interesting, man. Right after the brother was saying what he was saying about the missiles, now you see that they done hacked in. They done hacked into it. I think it was one more part down here. I'm trying to make sure. I think it says something about the safety of the missiles. Here you go. It says it was the virtual equivalent of hand-to-hand combat as defenders sought to keep their foothold to stay buried deep inside and move to other parts of the network where they thought they could remain for longer periods of time. Trying to make sure. All formidable. Here you go. Given the fierce Given the fierce tenor of cyber espionage, the U.S., Russia, and China. These are all have formidable offensive hacking teams and have been penetrating each other's networks for years. So Russia and China has been penetrating the United States computer department. Yeah, they got about Clinton email in here, right? So yeah, so I seen this. The brother did the lesson. I seen this, and I was like, wow. He just was dropping the that's the spirit, man. That's Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, man. That's him working, connecting the dots. Information coming out. Come on, let's get another one. Let's get another one. Let's go to Matthew. Let's go to Matthew then. Matthew 24 and 20. Let's see what we got. We gonna go to Matthew's 24 and 19. And woe unto them that are with child, and to them that give suck in those days, but pray ye that your flight be not in the winter, neither on the Sabbath day, for they shall be great tribulations, such as was not since the beginning of the world up to this time, no, nor ever shall be. And except in those days should be shortened, there should no flesh be saved, but for the elect's sake, those days shall be shortened. Right? So man, I seen that art, I seen this, I listened to, that was like three, like a trifecta. The brother lesson, bringing it out about the connecting the dots. And here go two more dots. So it's gonna get bad, man. It's gonna get bad. And now with all of this hacking that everybody say is going on, they could each say, shoot off a missile and say they was hacked. All three of them that's in Revelations. Russia, Gog and Magog, right there. I mean, United States, the Babylon, Gog and Magog, right there. There you go. Them three right there hacking each other. And hacking into each other nuclear systems. So yeah, I ain't want to keep this one long. I just wanted to do something, because like Apostle Ramallah said, you gotta strike when the iron hot, man. So with that, I'm gonna say all praises due to the Most High Yahweh. Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rakah Quadash. Double honors to the apostles at Great Millstone, the elders, the brothers, you know what I mean, to the hopeful elect out there, you know what I mean. Shalom.